That's a really good question. I have a couple favorite parts about working at Quintec. The first being the office space itself. It's such a beautiful office with the plant wall when you walk in at the front, just the greenery to the fun swings out like in the kitchen area and the beanbag chairs. It's just a more comfortable place to work, especially compared to my last company. You know, it was all gray walls, gray carpet, gray cubes. Here there's actually some color and it feels like a happier space. So I would say that, and also the people at Quintec. I made a lot of friends here. It's really nice to actually come into the office and have people to talk to. So, yeah. So I'll start with what makes my job interesting is that every day is different. Depending on the project that I'm working on, the people that I'm working with, every day is different. So being a project engineer, my main functions are to coordinate with a lot of different teams, whether it be mechanical install teams here at Quintec or electrical installation teams, controls engineers, to equipment vendors, really just to coordinate a project and to make sure everything is executed on time and smoothly. So depending on where we are throughout the process of a project will depend on what I'm doing that day. But typically it's just a lot of communication, going over AutoCAD drawings, and managing timelines and schedules. The most difficult part about being a project engineer would be creating those schedules and trying to create deadlines when you're not 100% sure how the project is going to play out. So trying to create schedules early on and sticking to them when you don't know if there are going to be any roadblocks, especially when it comes to equipment lead times or trying to manage different vendors to all be in the building at the same time. That's probably the most difficult part, is just kind of having that foresight of, you know, if something is going to take a little bit longer than normal and just building in that extra buffer time. So that was actually one of the things that I was really excited about coming to Quintec from my last company, is the culture. Just seeing the diverse group that we have here at Quintec is really exciting. You know, being a female engineer, sometimes you don't see a lot of people like you in the office building, and having another female engineer here is really great, not to mention just the diverse group we have, period. And also this, what is it I'm trying to say? All of the employees at Quintec are just really friendly. And everybody always has an open door policy. You can go in and ask questions if you're new or if there's something that you think you may be lacking. Everybody is always willing to help. And being a newer employee at Quintec, that was always something that I really appreciated. There's a lot of qualities that I value with everybody that works here at Quintec. One of the ones that I value the most is the communication. You can reach out to somebody and ask a question, you'll have a response within the hour. Most of the time, everybody is always ready and willing to jump and help you when you need it. Another value that I really appreciate is just the knowledge that a lot of people have here. It seems that a lot of people work really hard to keep up their knowledge with the industry, and that's always nice to kind of, you know, pick their brains if you have any specific questions about equipment or the customer if they'd worked with them in the past. Another value that I really appreciate is, again, everyone is just really friendly, and you know, I just have made some really good relationships here. So it's really interesting because I've only been at Quintec for 6 months, but even since I've been here, I've already seen a lot of positive change towards the future. And a couple of those changes that I have seen are the implementation of extra processes. We're going through these Kaizen events and really just making documentation of all of our processes. I think that will be really helpful for anyone coming in the future for training opportunities and things like that. But as far as the future goes, we're already reaching out to so many new customers. You know, we have kind of stuck with the same few customers in the past, but moving into the future, I'm noticing we're getting requests for bids from so many new companies that we hadn't worked with before, and that's really exciting. Another exciting thing about the future is how many new people we're hiring in different groups. We're adding sales, we're looking towards getting some more design engineers, and it's just a really exciting time to be at Quintec.